А теперь мы идем на речной трамвайчик. Людям покупают еще билетики, а у нас все куплено. City Cruises. Right. Right. Здесь Темза такая. Но мы тебе повезем, покажем нормальную, хорошую.
Boarding point here.
Thank you. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. У нас тут такая черга ще буде. Зато долго будешь смотреть на свой этот, пока в черзе будем стоять. Любоваться, фотографироваться, селфиться. Что хочешь, можно делать. Hello. А я теперь на речном трамвайчике. Да-да. Мы на Ривере. Лондон Ай. Видите Лондон Ай? А здесь у нас есть Биг-Бен. Ага. А у вас есть Биг-Бен? А у нас есть Биг-Бен. Ну, как что вот так вот. Едем на речном трамвайчике. Сегодня у нас прямо день путешествий. Девчонок вожу по Лондону и по всем famous places. Ну, короче, вот так вот. Живем. Поездили на автобусе. Все посмотрели. А теперь еще и на речечке. Все, отправляемся. Ура! Отправляемся.
On the right hand side, so we only stay there for a few minutes. There isn't many people get off and there won't be many people getting on either, so we only stay there for a couple of minutes and then we'll leave. And on this boat we're going to be going to Tower Pier, so the Tower of London, Tower Bridge, and then as well we're going to go down to Greenwich. So if you're going to Tower Pier you'll be there in about 40 minutes time, and if you're going to Greenwich you'll be there in just over 1 hour.
1 hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, just raise your hand if you are leaving the boat at Tower Pier.
1 hour. 1 час. Вчи мову.
With another show of hands, just raise your hand if you're leaving the boat at Greenwich. If you're going down to Greenwich with us. 2 people. Where's everybody else going?
Вот видишь, вот это здание мы бы не увидели с моста. Вот там вот есть
Raise your hand if
и
you've understood
аквариум
what I've said so far. Same people. But that's okay. Now we'll be leaving you here, the Waterloo Pier. So I'll come back and speak to you again once we leave this pier though. So I'll switch off the microphone for a couple of minutes. We'll come back and speak to you again. And what we have to point out is a safety announcement. So we'll mention the safety on board once we're all together. Once more people have got to the boat here. So remember everybody's on board. So we're all together. I'll come back and I'll speak to you again. But do be careful if you are moving between the different levels of the boat. So you can go downstairs, and downstairs there is a coffee bar, there's the license bar downstairs. You've got the toilets downstairs as well. But do be careful because the boat does rock around. Okay? So you might feel the boat moving.
Вы все машете, люди? Кому? И что? Они там машут, да? В капсулах машут. Маши. Вот такой вот Лондон Ай. Большущий. Огромный. Красивый. Соберем немножко людей отсюда. Вот этот орел видела тоже там?
Да.
Pub on the Thames. Ну, короче, паб на Темзе. Ну, то есть это никуда не двигается, не рухается оно. Просто там люди отдыхают себе. Кабак на водичке.
It's a half-an-hour trip. You can see the wheel slowly rotates, so you get on and you get off as it moves. And it's actually got the tall stone Egyptian obelisk. This is Cleopatra's Needle. It's said to be 3,500 years old. So they say it's older than London itself. Carved in Egypt, the needles, they were carved in pairs. And the other one is in Central Park, New York City. So the twin to the needle is in New York. Also on your left, the building of the green flat roof, that's the Savoy Hotel. It's a famous hotel in London, the luxury Savoy at the Strand. There's a rooftop apartment, the rooftop. You stay up there, you pay £11,000 a night. So it's an expensive hotel, the Savoy at the Strand.
Very expensive hotel.
This bridge, this is the Waterloo Bridge, the name is written on it, Waterloo Bridge. This bridge was built during the Second World War, and when they built the bridge, the men working on it, they were called away to fight. So all of the work, it was took over by the women. The ladies built that bridge. That bridge was built by a 90% female workforce. And they've done a fantastic job, as you can see. And they call that bridge the Ladies' Bridge. Here to your left, the Wellington, that large white ship, it was part of the New Zealand Navy, is permanently on the Thames today. It's a floating livery hall for the Honourable Company of the Master Mariners. But if you look at the back end of the ship, there's an archway. This is Temple Arch or Temple Gates, and that is the boundary line to the capital. So the area that we now leave to your left is the city of Westminster, and the area to your left, it now becomes the City of London. So this is the capital, and it runs now to Tower Bridge. So from here to Tower Bridge is 1 mile. This is the 1 mile City of London, and it was run by the Oxo Company. Some of you might have heard of the stock cube, the Oxo stock cube. That cube was made in London, made in this building to your right. They don't make it here anymore. The building is now apartments. With the top floor, see people standing on the balcony, that's a restaurant. Run by Harvey Nichols, gets voted as one of the top 5 restaurants here in London. That's the Harvey Nichols at the Oxo Tower. And then we look to your left, you've got the building, the green steeped roof. That was the old City of London School for Boys. So a very old, very prestigious London school, which is now a bank. Like a lot of the nicer, the older buildings in the capital, that's now a bank, which is JP Morgan, the American bank. There to your left. This tall glass building to your right, these are apartments. That building is number 1 at Blackfriars. These are the newest apartments you see from the river. They sold the 4-bedroom apartment at the top. It sold for £27 million. Here you pay millions to live in London, of course, but what you pay for as well is the view that you do get. So the higher up your apartment, the more money you do have to pay. I live about halfway up this building. That's where I live. No, I don't really. I don't live anywhere near that building. I don't live anywhere near London anymore. This bridge, this is the Blackfriars Road Bridge, the second one, the Blackfriars Railway Bridge. These bridges, they're the lowest bridges you pass beneath. There's loads of room above us. You're going down through London over the low tide. If you come on the river in 5 hours, you'll be 7 metres higher than you are at the moment. And on the high water, we won't fit this boat through this bridge because the tide has now started to come in. We're now going against the tides, and the river level is going to rise, and it'll come up 7 metres. On the high water, you'll be at the level of green around you, the green moss line at the top of the wall. 7 metres is the difference between the low tide and the high water. So a lot of water is now going to flood in. Here to your left, we have St Paul's Cathedral, which is Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece. The best photo you're going to get from the river between the gap in the buildings coming up. St Paul's, it stands 365 feet, 1 foot for every day of the year. And you can look over London. The only problem to go to the top, you have to walk 528 steps. So on a warm day, you can imagine the steps of the problem, but the views are worth the walk. And then we have the bridge. You might recognise this bridge from Harry Potter. You've seen it in the films, Harry Potter, destroyed by the Death Eaters. You might know it as well as the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. So it's got a nickname, the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. When they opened the bridge for the year 2000, the wind moved it side to side because they built the bridge too light, and thousands of people came to walk across, and they had to be evacuated. They had to close the bridge, they had to strengthen it, but they've still got the nickname the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge because it was moving on the opening day. On your right, you got the white round building, the timber-framed building with the thatched roof. This is the William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, and exactly as they would have been performed in the 1500s. There's no stage lighting, no microphones, no sound effects. Actors, they dress up in the traditional clothing. Brilliant value for money. You can pick up a ticket, a standing ticket, and it's only £10. So for live entertainment here in London, that is brilliant value for money. Hopefully I'm speaking slowly enough. So I've been told I speak too quickly, but I'll try and slow down and hopefully you can take something away. I don't normally speak this slowly. There's nothing wrong, you don't have to worry about me. Maybe I just slow down. Hopefully that's the truth. This is the Southwark Bridge. Southwark is the area to your right. We have the Southwark Road Bridge. On your right, there's a pub. This pub is called the Anchor, and it was built in 1615. So parts of the pub 400 years old. William Shakespeare used this pub. So did Sir Christopher Wren, and in more recent times, it's been in films. It was in Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise, he's standing in the pub. Russell Brand in the film of Getting to the Greek. This is a famous London pub. Me and my friend driving this boat, we sit in that pub after work. It takes hours, but we have to do it. Research. On your right, there's a pirate ship, one for the children on board. There's a real life pirate ship. This is a working replica to Sir Francis Drake's Golden Hind. Only a replica, but there's a full working ship. It looks like a model, but that ship has sailed the world twice. And they're working on it to sail the world for a third time. The Golden Hind. Looks like a model, but there's a full working ship. Now we have in front of us London Bridge. Not much to look at. Often confused with the bridge further down, which is Tower Bridge. But this is it, London Bridge. The name is written on it, left and right. London Bridge.
Видишь, написано London Bridge.
There has been 5 London bridges in 2,000 years. And I'm sure you've heard the nursery rhyme before. Some of the bridges fell down. The London Bridge that stood before this one, it didn't fall down. They had to take it down because London Bridge was sinking into the mud. And that bridge was sold to an American oil tycoon called Robert McCulloch. An American bought London Bridge for $2 million. London Bridge was moved. Something you might like to do while you're here, you might like to visit the Shards. I've mentioned quite a few viewing platforms on the way down, but this is the tallest building, of course. You can stand on the 72nd floor. So the top floor of the building is a viewing area. The only problem to go to the top, you have to pay. And it can become quite expensive. Sometimes you have to pay £45 each. So it can be expensive. They do give you a discount, it's for the children. For the children it's £25 each. Which is generous, isn't it? £25. I've never been to the top of the Shards because I've got 8 children and I've got 1 on the way, so I've never been. Where I go with my 8 children is here to your left. Look on your left, see the building with the curved roof? So you look at the top floor, see the people on the balcony? That's called the Sky Garden. Show photo ID at the door and they will send you straight up, straight to the top. That's called the Sky Garden. Now here to your right, the warship. This is the HMS Belfast. Built in Belfast at Northern Ireland and launched on St. Patrick's Day in 1938. Saw lots of action throughout the Second World War. This was a powerful ship years ago and last fired the guns in anger during the Korean War campaign. Today on the Thames, this is a museum, a floating extension to the Imperial War Museum. So open to the public, very popular as well, tourist attraction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the bridge in front of us, this is Tower Bridge. Now, I know you're trying to get a photo of the bridge. Don't worry just yet, because we're going to turn the boats. So don't worry just yet. But you'll get a much better photo as we turn. We understand most of you, I'm sure, would like a photo of the bridge. It's not very good in front of us, so we try our best, we turn the boats, and it gets you a side-on view. So it's a much better photo to take. So wait a moment. Maybe look to your left. There's another photo here. Looking across, you can see the Tower of London. Dates back to 1078. Look at the river wall to your left. See the words written. Tower Bridge was built in 1894. Designed by a man called Sir John Wolfbury, and they designed that bridge in the Gothic style, built to look a lot older than it is, just so the bridge blends in with the Tower of London that sits next door. The middle of the bridge opens up, the two centre parts they lift like a double-sided drawbridge, and that allows tall boats to pass through. Would anybody like to see the bridge open up? YouTube, the best way to start. Loads of videos online. Now to watch that bridge open, you have to be very careful.
Tower, Millennium Pier. Сейчас мы будем туда выходить. А что все так? Ну, здесь левостороннее просто движение, но никто ж не поднимается. Вышли мы из нашего кораблика. Наш кораблик назывался Millennium Diamond. Вот такой вот красивый у нас кораблик. С красивым названием. Вышли прямо возле Тауэр Бридж. И вот Тауэр сам. Такие сидушки крутые, смотри, мне так нравится. Я бы и дома такие хотела крутые иметь. Они прям надежные такие. Так, посмотрим Тауэр Souvenirs Products. Ну, здесь все английское. Корону можешь одеть. Давай, будешь Курулева. Курулева, Шантуклера. Только что ты ее на бок? Она одевается в ровно. Это же тебе не кепка. Вот. Давай меня снимем. Я же королева Виктория, япона-мама. Я ж должна же быть королева Виктория. Так, где тут, что тут? Ой, она на меня маленькая, на детёв рассчитана. Ну что это такое? Ну, королеве шапка не по размеру. Тин-тин-тин-тин-тин-тин. Тин-тин-тин-тин-тин-тин. А ну, Юлька, до мене. Поверни. Вау, ты что такой лыцарь? Смотри, ты прямо это самое, вообще круто. Круто, ты прям похожа реально, потому что ты вся в черном, знаешь, такая в военной форме такая. Все, воевать, молодец. А это, наверное, этот, в «Звездных войнах» вот эти.
Нет, это же копье.
А что, оно должно складываться, копье?
Ну, это я тебе...
А, для детей ты меня типа проткнула. Да. Тут всякие рыцари. Прикольные такие. Сколько же они стоят? От 0 до 3. А где тут цены? А, вот 6 паундов. Не, ну это тяжелая 6 паундов. А легкая почему? А, тоже по 6. Вот, 6. Дракона можно даже купить.
Белый рыцарь.
Так, ладно. Здесь игрушки.
£45, yeah, they are.
Ой, это магнитики. Магниты такие. Можно в шахматы играть. В шашки. Тауэра, Лондон. Ну, понятно. Тауэра, Лондон. Короны на любой вкус.
Okay. Excuse us.
Подушки как гобелен. Вообще, ну как гобелены, реально. Сделаны так. А это прям вот, ну, гобелен просто на стеночке такие. С девушкой и юникорном. И цветущее дерево. А вот какая-то баталия на конях. Ключи от Тауэра. Пожалуйста. Вот это интересный кубок. Из такого только мужчина должен пить. Сколько ж он стоит? 28. Ага. 28, вижу. И это рыцарский такой кубок. Ух ты, какой тяжелый. В руки берешь, прямо вообще очень тяжелый. А можно такие бокалы взять? Прикольный, слушай, вообще. А сколько ж он стоит, вот этот бокал? 25. Ну, прикольный. Мне бокальчик понравился, девочки. 25 фунтов подлюка.
Игра престолов. Точно, да. Игра престолов. Круто.
О, вот это для меня с Левой. Drink like a king. Вот это для меня. Вместе с Левой и пей как король.
Да.
А я хочу как королева. Почему здесь король написано? Шоколад брауни бисквит. Всякие напитки горячительные. И в маленьких бутылочках, и в больших. О, привет. Привет, привет. Так, ну и все остальное сувенирное. Фартухи, сумки. Ой, 20 фунтов сумочки. Да, там гобелены и эти. Вот это мне понравилось, да. Я тоже оценила. Гобелены я оценила. Наверху мне понравилась баталия с конями. И вот эта вот принцесса. А, нет, это не принцесса. А я думала,
рыцарь.
Ой, I'm sorry. О. Юля, здесь можно и не игрушечные такие, посмотри. Реально. Это уже не игрушечные. Great Hell. 170.
Пистолет, да.
Кого будем это пистолить?
Перчатка 175. Одна. Ну, або дві. Не знаю.
Downlets. Так, все, выходим отсюда. Еще чуть-чуть Тауэра с этой стороны можно увидеть. А там еще животные. Скворец прыгает по леопарду. Лёва красивый. Ну вот так вот выглядит с боковой части Тауэра. Ну вот так вот отдохнули, все посмотрели. Сейчас подойду, еще башни покажу. Возле башен, не возле башен, а сверху башен, там еще до сих пор, ну я так понимаю, прикреплен лук. Скорее всего, что там лучник какой-то сидел, да, ну, наверное, целился с этих башен. Вот там, где флаг, с правой стороны от него приспособление. Я так понимаю, что это лук лучника, что ли, потому что на другой башне, сейчас покажу, та же самая штуковина. Все, максимально приблизила, насколько смогла. Ну вот так вот это все выглядит. Вниз опускаем. Здесь, конечно, только зелень. Ну и песочком все присыпано. Какой-то мужчинка там ходит, один-одинешенький. Работник, что ли. Куча камер, конечно же, современных. На зубцах прикреплены. Так, ну, всем спасибо. До свидания. Тауэр. Thank you so much. Идем дальше.